Hi, and welcome to Sauvignon Blanc Summer. I'm Ashley Boren, Associate Winemaker for Eco Terreno.
And I'm Nicole Tracy, the vineyard manager at lovely Eco Terreno. We are here in our Cloverdale vineyard right now. Girl, it's been a day. I don't know about you at home. It is Wednesday. Feels like Friday. Wish it was.
But it's Wine Wednesday.
It is Wine Wednesday. Cheers to that.
Cheers. So maybe we should start off with a game.
I would love that, please,
Great.
but only if it's about Sauvignon Blanc, because it is Sauv Blanc summer.
Naturally.
All right,
Of course.
all right. We can do this. We can do this. For all y'all tuning in, we're playing a game. Starting it off nice, easy breezy.
Nicole,
Yes.
what's your favorite grape variety?
Sauvignon Blanc!
Woo!
What's yours?
Maybe also Sauvignon Blanc.
I see what we did. Okay.
All right, well, if we both like the same grape, what's your favorite label we make?
Has to be Lantana.
She's wrong. It's the Sansara, and I'm going to tell you why in just a few moments, folks.
Don't listen to her. Do not listen to her.
So when you're at home at night, what do you pair this with? What's your go-to snack with Sauv
My
Blanc?
go-to? Well, it has to be the prosciutto wrapped melon that our chef Joe, our chef de cuisine, that will be at our tasting room in San Francisco next year. He has a nice recipe for everyone in our link in our profile. Sorry, totally not taking away the fact that this is delicious, and I really want some now. But what is your go-to food with Sauvignon Blanc? I mean, besides the bottle.
You know what says summer outside of Sauvignon Blanc to me?
Tell me.
Tomato peach salad.
Dang, girl.
This is refreshing, and it's going to be great for our wine later.
I would love that.
And also now.
Well, next time we're going to talk to Chef Joe and tell him to get me some of that because it's necessary.
Agreed.
Okay, well, let's get into this Cuvée Acero that we're drinking a healthy pour of. I poured it, obviously. So, yeah, let's jump right in. This bad boy is kind of like super refreshing and just like a punch in the face of Sauvignon Blanc. Like,
Yes, ma'am.
super crisp, bright,
Yes.
like everything I want right now.
It really brings the fruit forward. There's some sweet pea notes in here.
Yeah.
Get your nose in there, folks. Do a swirl. Sniff it.
Don't hurt yourself.
Take a sip.
It is taking me a while to get this down.
This actually takes a while to learn how to do. All winemakers go through training for this, just so we're clear. So this Cuvée
I just drink a lot.
So this Cuvée Acero is super bright. And this is kind of our starter Sauvignon Blanc. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is like you're out on the beach, in the lake, in your floaty, on your porch, after work, hence right now. And I think it just gives you that quick burst of energy that reminds you of summer. I'm going to tell you a little bit about growing the grapes, if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about this.
Since we're in our Sauvignon Gris block right now, it's a little tiny half acre that we have here, super tiny. We have over 90 acres, so this is small in comparison. But it is the fun cousin. It is the fun cousin of Sauvignon Blanc, and we use a little bit of her to enhance our winemaking. Ashley will talk more about that, but we use primarily two different blocks that we have. We have our old vine Sauvignon Blanc, Block 3. She is on St. George and originally planted by Rodney Strong and in 1973. So she's a 50-year-old plus, but she's going strong. She gives us the quality over quantity is what we like to talk about with her. Gives a way different profile than our younger block, which is Block 27.
Okay.
That is on a different rootstock as well, which interplays with the soil and the drought tolerance, which we all are in right now.
Sadly.
But yes. But Yeah, our Block 27 was planted in 2014, so a lot younger, a lot brighter. And so it's Ashley's magic hands. They get to combine the two different blends and make that. So she'll talk more about that later. But yeah, definitely two different types. You got a 50 plus and a 10-year-old, less than 10-year-old that you're trying to work with and manage. So that it's very tricky in the interplay with the soil, what they need, what their wants are. It's fun. It keeps me busy.
So once it leaves our vineyard here in Cloverdale and we get it to the winery, we like to do some stainless steel fermentation on this. And we do
What does that even mean?
So we do this at kind of chilly temperatures. So stainless steel has usually the ability for us to heat up some tanks and also to help keep them chilly.
Wow.
During fermentation, yeast produce a ton of heat. And you know, when I was an intern and we would be cold outside, we would go hug the fermenting tanks because they would warm us up.
Nice.
So by us controlling the temperature, once we get these grapes to the winery, we're preserving all of those really fresh aromatics. And we get to
I did not even know that.
bring that really lively acidity out. And it just kind of it's that rush. It's that big Sauvignon Blanc flavor that
So
really comes
that's
through.
how you get that.
Yes, ma'am.
Dang. Okay.
So, just because this is in stainless steel does not mean that this is boring, though. If we take a sip together,
Okay.
cheers.
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 Cheers. And by the way, I hope you all have poured yourself a glass.
Healthy portion, folks. Healthy. As you feel this wine, you can feel that acidity on entry. But then as you swallow and you kind of realize I've got some texture and I've got some fun building in my mouth. It's got some layered complexity. What we do is once it's done fermenting and she's given up what she's going to give, it goes to 4 months for neutral French oak aging.
What does that do? Like, what's the difference? I know they talk about barrels and neutral versus French. Give me a little background behind that, because I don't know.
So a neutral oak barrel is something that came new to us that we used for fermentation. And after a couple of years, you get kind of all those woody elements and some of those oaky notes that are kind of extracted.
Yeah.
So instead of
Chardonnay.
getting rid of them, you are correct, we keep them. And we let ourselves use these older barrels that some places are really hot to get rid of pretty quick.
Reduce, reuse.
Recycle California! So by utilizing these older oak barrels, we're giving a little bit of some micro-oxygenation into the wine because the wood has pores in it, right?
Totally.
Oxygen gets to get in there and it gets to just kind of build it up and bring some oomph out into it. So by us having stainless steel, chilly temperatures, and some neutral oak, it makes this the lively, easy drinker that we hope you're all enjoying at home right now.
Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. But this is good, but let's go back to my favorite wine. So, I would like to try a little bit of that.
Okay.
Lantana. And I like to think about wine as in a situation when you're drinking it. You know, I love that you have the wine tasting experience. I kind of go more with the experience. And it's, you know, for you at home, I don't know if you've gone wine tasting before, have no clue what the hell we're talking about, which is fine. But what I like to do is think about, like, where I want to drink this. And then also, like, you take a sip and you, like, see how it feels in your mouth and, like, what you're tasting, where, like, what parts of your mouth are lit up and what's going on. And start from there. And it's not that hard. You can start throwing out things like, that's kind of tasting like melon or mineral or whatever. And, like, you start to grow on that. It's not, you know, it's not necessary, but I don't know. Do you have any, like, suggestions at home to try, you know, doing that? You just keep drinking, honestly. But,
you know, folks, the biggest thing here is what's in your refrigerator at home. I know my refrigerator has strawberries, we have peach, we have apricots
So
at
when
home.
am I coming over also? Because I got eggs and kimchi.
So when I'm in the kitchen in the morning and I'm making breakfast or I'm making lunch, I am cutting up those strawberries and I'm smelling them. I'm being present in the moment with that strawberry. I'm having a moment with my strawberry at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? I'm smelling it. I'm looking at it. I'm taking this in. And then when I taste it, I just put a piece on my tongue and I let it melt. And I want my mouth to feel what the strawberry feels like. Not the berry itself, not the texture.
Right.
Where is it pinging in my palate? Where do I feel it?
Right.
Is it on the sides? Is it the top? Is it the front of the palate? Where is it?
Totally. And like that, like sweet, salty, sour,
bitterness.
Like those are really good ways to describe
Yes.
it. So, all right, I'm gonna drink some because it's my favorite. It's also my mom's favorite. It was just her birthday. Happy birthday, Mom! And 2 days. Love you. But this is her favorite, and Mom's, as what I've been told, are never wrong. So.
Oh, okay. I'll drink to that.
Mm-hmm.
So you said this was your favorite wine, but I don't know we've covered why yet.
Okay, so Cuvée Acero that we just had.
Mm-hmm.
Punch in the face of Sauvignon Blanc. Love it. You need that on a summer afternoon, but this Lantana is a little more elegant. She's more of like I'd like to drink it with like a Sunday dinner where you're like a little more classy, with like a nice dinner, a nice meal,
Okay.
just kind of winding down and having like a more relaxed time. And the notes in your mouth, it's just way more complex, I feel like. Like the Sauvignon Blanc, super bright, and that kind of overpowers sometimes. Sometimes you need that. But this is definitely way different feel on your mouth for me personally.
So I love that you use the word elegant to describe this wine.
I mean classy!
So the biggest difference in this wine with the Cuvée Acero is not just the grape bill. It's not just what we put into it. It goes back to our oak and our stainless steel regime. So about 52% of this.
See, I usually, as long as the grapes are gone, I'm like, cool, they're good, we're gonna let them go, and this is where Ashley steps in. So it's awesome to learn about this. Like, honestly, I'm like, oh, wow, okay.
So this wine has 52% stainless steel fermentation, still in those really chilly conditions, which is why, smelling this, we're getting all of those beautiful tropical fruits that are just pulling out of the wine. But
So good.
the other 48%, we ferment in barrels. So we go back to those neutral barrels, but we're also using brand new French oak barrels.
Oh dang. So what are like notes of that?
So adding in that new French oak and the 2-year-old French oak kind of brings some of that graham, some of that warmness to the palate, some of that texture.
I got it.
This
Yeah.
has more texture in it than
So
the last wine.
that's where the elegance came in. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. This is why this is a good food wine. This is great for dinner, lunch, breakfast. I don't,
Makes
whatever you guys are making at home, stick it with your food. It's good. So once we're done with fermentation, though, we're not done yet. What we do is we're gonna mix the tank up, which has something in there called lees.
What is lees?
It sounds kind of dirty when we talk about it, but lees are dead yeast cells.
That is gnarly.
Yeast.
Did you guys know that you were drinking dead yeast cells?
We filter. Hold on a sec.
Just kidding. Everyone gives me flack about having kombucha and like. Okay, anyways, I get what you're talking about now. Okay.
So what we do is we mix up that tank and we take all those lees and some of the proteins that have settled to the bottom of the tank, and we get them reincorporated. And we call it a dirty rack because we're taking everything in that tank and we're gonna put it to barrel.
Okay.
So once we're done with our fermentations, we pump everything from barrel and tank into one tank and we make one mix.
Nice.
And then we move these into that neutral, older French oak again with the lees. And about every 3 or 4 weeks, we go in and we hand mix those lees up to get them reincorporated because they're heavy. So they're gonna settle to the bottom of the barrel, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta keep them mixed up. What that does is it adds mouthfeel, it adds body, it adds weight.
So gnarliness adds elegance.
Yes. All ugly things become beautiful things in the end.
Okay.
Which is why this is a true expression of some barrel fermentation with lees.
So that's what barrel fermentation is about.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
because I have no idea what that is when people like put that on wine tasting, barrel fermented. Like, okay, so you are getting the gnarly dead yeast up in there,
which just elevates the mouthfeel and just makes this
and it makes it mo
feel
better.
awesome.
Mo better.
So now we've kind of talked about your favorite.
I know, we should just keep going on and on and on and on.
We could, but we still have 2018 Sansara to talk about. So I
have to drive home, so I'm not gonna drink all of that.
You know what? I appreciate this about you. So 2018 Sansara is our last wine for today. Don't cry. We still have time.
Can you tell me more about the name, because I know it's kind of a special name.
It really
for
is.
a reason.
It is. So for my Sauv Blanc wine drinkers out there, there's a region in France called Sancerre.
Oh, okay.
2 R's.
I see.
It's got 2 R's.
I see what you did there. I see what you did. Okay.
Stylistically, we are modeling this wine after the Sancerre region in France, which means we've got that fun, racy acidity that the Cuvée Acero has. Put the Ferrari back in the garage, girl.
Girl, anyone that got a Ferrari, like if you have a Ferrari, call me later. Single, ready to mingle. Let's do this.
So with this though, we made a racy style, but we made it a slightly lower alcohol.
So I got the elegance, you got the racy. Okay,
Yeah.
and the no alcohol. What is going on?
No. So the lower alcohol,
low, not no.
The lower alcohol is there for a reason. We
Please tell me.
At
Convince me.
Eco Terreno, we farm biodynamically, right? This is what we're all about.
Yes.
So by us bringing a lower alcohol Sauv Blanc to the table, we are bringing a sense of place with it. We are bringing the terroir with it.
Oh, girl. Okay, so what is terroir? Because everyone's talking about terroir. That is
Yeah.
terroir. That what is that?
So terroir is more than dirt. It's more than soil. It is culture. It is the place it came from. This is why our wines in France and Sancerre don't taste like Alexander Valley, because we are a different sense of place.
That is also ready. Sorry. Sorry. Just tasted that. That is ready to go. Harvest
Next
ASAP.
week?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
Well, you were going to schedule it for Tuesday.
Friday.
But really, because we're farming biodynamically, we are bringing home our flavor.
Yes.
This is what
so
we are.
my blood, sweat, and tears, aka in here.
Yeah.
So much more than that, though.
She doesn't make the wine, folks. It's okay. So with this style, though.
No, I love that. Yeah, that makes sense, especially like why you named it the way you did, and and the whole idea behind it and the point of it.
Yes, and so when we say lower alcohol, we don't mean this is 5% or 6%. You still have more than 11% in here, kids.
I mean, and then you could drink a whole bottle and not feel bad because it's like less alcohol.
Or you can have liquid dinner. It's like liquid sunlight in a bottle.
Can we get a t-shirt that says that? Because I just...
Only if it has my face on it.
Liquid sunlight in a bottle.
Give us some love if you guys want a t-shirt that says liquid sunlight with my face on it. Send us
or
a
my
love.
face.
Or Nicole's face. Either face,
Or
kids,
maybe
let us know.
just the grapes. Maybe just the grapes. No, that's awesome. And yeah, the biodynamics is a huge part of it. I mean, it is essentially all I do. I've only farmed at biodynamic vineyards, which is a privilege, honestly. A lot of places, conventional farming, and a lot of places that you go wine tasting. I remember I went wine tasting and the guy's like, well, you might have some glyphosate in your wine. And I was like, okay, I try to eat organic, I try to be healthy, and I'm straight up drinking poison. You do not get any of that in here. We do not do any herbicides,
Pesticides, fungicides, none of the asides.
Well,
None of those things go on our vines though.
no, and it's a privilege to be able to do that, and I wish there was more of that. And I could go down the rabbit hole, but I'll just give you a little tidbit. You can, we could do a whole series on biodynamics, and like if you want to hear more about biodynamics, it's definitely a whole niche thing that should be brought to light. But
If you guys would like to hear a whole segment on biodynamic growing, what that means for us, what does that mean when we get it to the winery, what does that mean for Nicole and our crew in the vineyard, give us some love. Send us some information that you guys want to see some more of these.
Well, I will tell you, because we are organic and biodynamic, we do custom crush, so we do not have a facility on site. So we have to be the first ones in to be crushed because it's clean, right? Everyone cleans up for the night and it's clean when we go in. So we have to be the first one. That is why our crew gets to work at 11 p.m. and will harvest until 8 a.m. So this is why I will crawl in a cave soon. But
so there's some positive benefits to us harvesting it at night though, right?
Tell me more.
So
with the winemaking,
harvesting at night means that we don't have sunlight penetration. We don't have any kind of outside events that are impacting us to be able to pick. This is giving us
well, nobody likes to be hot, right?
Right.
Like, especially the grapes. Why
Right.
Why are you trying to be, that affects the sugars, I'm sure.
It does, but it also affects the phenolic quality of the wine.
Okay.
So when we talk about phenolics in white wine, we are talking about bitterness. We are talking about that astringency. Sometimes when we taste white wines and we kind of swish it around, our palate feels maybe a little pokey or kind of sandpapery. It just doesn't
like
feel very
like
good.
a funky tongue thing. Gotcha.
Right. So
Okay.
by us harvesting at night, we're kind of taking some of that phenolic play out of the winemaking.
Does that mean that you have less inputs then, and it's more like natural?
Yes, ma'am.
So there's a reason why I wake up at 10 p.m.
Yeah, no, we don't do it just to torture Nicole because although that is super fun sometimes, it's really great for the grapes. It's great. So when I get to the winery at 7 a.m. and my grapes are there and I'm like, let's get this going, and I'm tasting the juice and I can say, this is sweet. I can feel the passion fruit.
Yeah.
I can taste the tropical flavors, the guava, the honeydew, melon that comes through in these. You can taste that before fermentation kicks off. And so because you're picking at night and we torture you a little bit, it means I don't have to do as much later on to fix it.
Well, and that's the whole thing, like biodynamics, and what we're trying to do at Eco Terreno is trying to just, like your terroir, letting the grapes speak for themselves and doing minimal, just like tweaking, just like I'm trying to do with the vines. It's hard.
Yeah.
and that means we wake up at 10 p.m. But it also means that you're getting quality, and like out in the vineyard, it's more paying attention to what's going on. It's, you have a small window to do certain things, and it is less inputs. Like glyphosate, sure, it would be awesome to just spray the heck out of the floor and then not have to touch it ever again. We have a lot more like manual labor and more mechanical labor.
We have culture in our vineyard. We possess cultural practices.
We do. It is a culture of everyone has eyes on the vineyard and is aware of what is going on. They tell me constantly, like, hey, we found wild pigs over here and they're eating it, and we have, like this situation happening over here, or this there was, it's great to hear everyone being involved and being a part of, like, it's a community. It is a small community.
It's part of that positive feedback loop that we're doing with our biodynamic practices. That's carrying through into our wines, into your hands. I hope
into your mouth.
I hope you're all enjoying a 2018 Sansara with us right now.
Or Lantana, Alda Tracy, that's you.
But I feel like we have true culture in our life.
Yeah.
Because of how we farm and what we do.
And we wish one day that you guys can come out and experience that, because honestly, it would be so great to, like, show each and every one of you it one day soon, hopefully.
Once our tasting room gets open next year,
San Francisco,
we are going to be in the North Bay area. And North Beach,
North Beach,
Jackson
girl.
Square.
Mm-hmm.
Look for us, because you will be able to come and you're going to be able to experience this, and you're going to be able to meet me possibly, or Nicole one time, for if we can drag her out there for the weekend, right? For an event.
Yeah. Yes. I used to live in San Francisco for like 11 years, so you can't take me. It's not going to be too hard to make me come back.
But with us opening up our tasting room, it gives you the ability to come in and taste what else that we're making, cool things that we're doing, not just with Sauv Blanc, but with our rosé, with our red wines.
Girl, our rosé is amazing too.
It is, but this is Sauv Blanc Summer, hun.
Okay,
I'm sorry. We're gonna focus up. We're gonna bring it back. Sauv Blanc Summer is currently what I am drinking.
Wait. Yeah, hey, we will be harvesting Sauvignon Blanc in the summer in a few days, which is gonna be fun.
But once the tasting room's open, we invite all of you to become wine club members with us, because that's going to give us some ability to have events at the farm.
Yep.
Which means you can come out and you can be part of this. You can walk through here. If you want to come in and taste some grapes, I can tell you this is right off of the vine within the hour.
Taste the grapes.
Yeah. This is a great place to visit.
Okay, but until then, you guys can get, right? There's free shipping on
2 bottles or more.
Come on, like that's like you need to figure out who's winning here. Actually, I would really love to get a poll on whether Lantana or Sansar is better, because
We know it's
I'm
mine.
gonna put some money on this and say Lantana, but that's just me.
So I feel like we've been talking a lot.
Okay.
What about some merchandise? Do you guys want some merchandise?
Liz, our lovely our marketing and everything amazing Liz.
Sales coordinator.
Yes. Okay.
So, in order for you to
You got this.
qualify for one of these amazing giveaways, we want you to like our post. We want you to send us some love. We want you to share on your Instagram page that you are here with us today, that you're drinking. Send us your pictures, tag us, tell us you love our brand as much as we do.
Get a hat. Get a hat.
Hat's our first option up.
All right.
Well, also very cool. Liz, what else do we have?
Oh my God. Here we go. Ah! Guys, I did it. Guys, I did it. Also, this lovely hydro flask
Whoop, whoop. It's insulated.
that has Eco Terreno on it. I don't know if you can see it, but I drink out of it daily. Also fits an entire bottle of wine. Not
I
that
was
I
going
know.
to say water,
but-
but okay. Okay. We know it fits wine, apparently.
Priorities,
Yeah, sure.
insulated. Also, but you can't run over with a tractor. We found that out the hard way.
Keep it away from your tractors, folks.
Yeah, and then
Finally,
I think
Four.
no, but
Oh.
like everyone needs to be able to open their wine.
This is
on
true.
The fly.
if you've all noticed, all of our wines have corks in them and not the screw caps. And I will tell you that because we are using cork in our bottles, we are really reducing our carbon footprint. And we're
Well, these are
reducing.
compostable.
Yes, ma'am. They are compostable.
They are compostable. I think these are made out of sugarcane.
They are
Yeah, sugarcane, renewable, source.
recyclable. All good things in life.
And we're also our packaging, right? Like for the bottles, we're trying to get lighter bottles of wine so that it's easier to ship, less carbon footprint.
Right. So by using lighter bottles, we're not having to overload trucks as much for the weight of things, and we're not using as much in the way of materials, which means that the product is coming to you as bare bones as we can make it without it being too ugly.
Okay, and then we have our grand finale prize. So y'all really gotta like this. Oh my God. Ah! Man down. Glasses. Okay, we're good. We're
I'll drink
good.
to that. I'll drink to that.
Please at home, drink to that. Do not recommend throwing at people, but if you do, make sure it's empty. Like this one, because it is a 6-pack
Insulated
wine
cooler.
cooler. Don't be that person. Okay, let's talk about also the temperature of wine
Yes,
for
ma'am.
a second. These are nice and chilly, and you know, my mom sometimes likes to put an ice cube in it, which like,
Don't give me a heart attack, please, Alda.
right, but you need to drink it cold. What is the temperature that we should be drinking it at? Because I know there's an optimum. I mean, you ferment them at an optimum temperature,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So tell me more.
So, talking about drinking these wines right out of a standard refrigerator is going to be too cold. And the reason for
Okay.
that is it subdues all of the aromatics, kind
So
of tamps them down.
So like make your refrigerator hotter so that it can.
No, I'm not going to recommend you do that. The cheese will go bad, folks. However, if you chill them for about 15 or 20 minutes in your regular refrigerator and you pull it out and you let it sit on the counter and
Okay.
become room temperature.
What is room temperature?
So in France, that would be about
France.
60 degrees because room temperature is
60
the
degrees.
cellar.
Everyone. 60 degrees. Okay.
That's the
Okay.
cellar.
60 degrees. It is a balmy 99 degrees today. So clearly
Yeah.
that would be nice and refreshing. 60
Yes.
degrees sounds great. Okay.
So
okay.
60 degrees, we're preserving the acidity. We're getting those aromatics to really show off for us.
Okay.
It doesn't cause an awkward imbalance because when it's too cold, it's all acid.
Okay.
Which means as we taste it, it's
Okay.
no, you're not going to get very much.
Is that the same for reds?
So reds are a little bit different. They have fuller bodied, more alcohol, more tannin.
Okay. Okay.
You can
Sorry,
drink
I know
those-
it's Sauvignon Blanc summer. I'm just trying to like for
We
you
can
guys
drink
at
those a
home.
little warmer.
Okay.
You target 62, 65.
Okay.
You don't want cold wine with a hot steak. So
Fact.
let it be a little bit warmer for red
Fact.
wine.
So ask Santa for a wine fridge. Got it.
Yes.
Check and check. Anyways, besides that, don't be that person who brings over 60 degrees Sauvignon Blanc to the picnic because nobody wants that.
And you don't have to now.
Um,
Refrigerate, fill your cooler, and take it with you. 6 bottles, insulated cooler. The most love on this one. The most love, folks.
okay.
So, I'm thinking
That
we're-
I need a cheese plate. I need a cheese plate.
Liz, do we have snacks?
I
Did
need
we
snacks.
Did we bring
I got
snacks?
So many Sauvignon Blancs. Ah! Okay, this is not
That
what
is. That's not a cheese plate, Liz. I don't know what
I
we
mean,
did here,
it's
but
a Nicole cheese plate.
Well,
My guilty pleasure is Cheetos.
we absolutely can pair Cheetos with the Cuvée Acero.
I mean, it is bomb. Have done many a time. 10 out of 10 recommend. All right, but
But really, Liz, do we have a real cheese plate, please?
let's see. Let's move the Sauvignon Gris out of there. Thanks, Liz. You're the best. Liz, are gonna dig in on this queso because that is also my favorite part of Sauvignon Blanc summer is the cheese. But thank you guys so much for being here and watching, and it's been so fun, honestly. Being able to drink and learn more about our wine. I mean, I know about our grapes.
And
but-
our grapes.
yeah.
So, if you decide that you really enjoyed this today, send us some love, send us your comments, DM us, follow us.
And buy the wine. Yeah, so we have free shipping, which is like $50. Like if you want.
It's pretty spendy. So on 2 bottles, let's go with it, kids.
Boom. So yeah, let us know. Let us know what you want. Let us know if you want more of this or biodynamics or what else.
We'd love to talk with you about them again.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
Cheers!